Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing Vanessa's nails. We're starting off by removing this very old beat up set. You can see the index finger I'm working on there is literally missing a corner. She traveled to Hong Kong, Korea, and Tokyo with these nails with quite a bit of luggage. More luggage on the way back for sure. So these nails went through it. We met up in Tokyo and she literally texted me after we parted ways at the train station being like, my nail just fell apart. She's like, it was holding on for dear life and it just crumbled. So these nails had traveled the world and were in need of a change. So we're starting out by removing the old set. I'm using a bit from MGArt. I actually don't really like that bit. I don't dislike the barrel of it, but I don't like that kind of cone shaped bit because the grit gets so fine near the tip of the barrel that when I'm trying to file off, say, if you're looking at Vanessa's nails, the left side of the nail, it doesn't get the same, I don't know. It doesn't work as well because the what's it called, is so fine. The teeth are so fine that I want a little bit more from it. Anyways, that's just my thoughts on that. I pushed back the cuticles and now I'm using my little taper bit to exfoliate any dead protein off of the nail plate, as well as lift up the cuticle even further. That's it. I feel a little bit crazy right now. I'm literally in fight or flight mode for no reason. I mean, I wouldn't say it's fight or flight. I'm just high anxiety right now because I just posted a sponsored post on Instagram and TikTok, which always makes me so nervous. I love doing it. I love working with brands and companies and stuff, and I think it's so fun. Oh, hold on. I'm just shaping out Vanessa's nail here into an oval shape because she couldn't decide if she wanted extensions or not. So I was showing her what her nail would look like if we just kept them at natural length, but she wanted longer. So we're gonna go in with some dual form hard gel extensions. But back to what I was saying, I love working with brands. I love doing all that kind of stuff. I think it's so fun to collaborate on nails together. And I just did this really awesome project with the CNIB, which is Canadian National Institute for the Blind. I was creating Braille nails for January's Braille Month, Braille Literacy Month. And they turned out really, really great. And I love, love, love how they turned out. But the agency I was working with, they messaged me and we were like, you're good to go. Can you post today? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to post right now. And I just get so nervous because I was like, what if I forgot something? What if they're going to be like emailing me being like, Rebecca, you didn't do this. And I'm like, oh my God. And I panic. There's a lot of panicking constantly on my part. I even avoided having a coffee first thing when I woke up this morning to help lower my cortisol levels because I feel like half the time I'm just on one, which I thought helped, but I was also just very sleepy, so maybe I was just really tired. But yeah, anyways, the post looks great. I'm really happy with it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm at Rebecca Paints Nails on Instagram. Be sure to go check out my page. Check out the CNIB video, give that a little like for me. It was really exciting. It was a really fun project to work on. And the nails honestly came out so cute. So after base coating Vanessa's nails, I went through and I sized the dual forms. I opted for, I think the brand is called Sarah and Friends. They're available at Sweetie Nail Supply. I'll have them linked down below. And you can use code Rebecca for 10% off. So I used these ones on Vanessa because her nails are a little bit more flat, and I find that these ones fit her natural nails a little bit better than the MGArt one does, dual forms do. I always like to check to see before I apply dual forms like what the best fit is going to be for my client. I'm not showing you guys me filling the dual forms with gel purely because I was out of frame for every single one, but I literally just get my client to pick a line within the dual form and I apply the gel a little bit higher than that line. So then I have a bit of room to file back to, if that makes sense. When I flip the hand upside down, I'm just scooping out a bit of excess gel. The nice thing about dual forms are they are reusable, so I'm snapping them off Vanessa's fingers here, and then I'm just giving them a clean with some alcohol. But look already, the shape of those nails. That's why we love dual forms. Then I'm just shaping them out. Just doing a little ovally situation. These nails that we're doing today are so cute. They're inspired by Mini Super Sticker Club stickers. I'll pop the sticker on screen now. Vanessa really wanted them, these stickers, and then was just like, I'm trying to be responsible. I'm not gonna order them. I'm not gonna order stickers. Shipping's expensive, like all that. So instead we put them on our nails, which I think is so cute. I'm just wiping the sticky layer off of the underside of the nails because I'm gonna go in with my little bit for underside of the nail and I'm gonna clean up I'm filing out her natural nail on the underside of the nail, as well as debulking the underside of the nail, because the top is already almost perfect because of our dual forms. The underside is not. So you definitely want to do this step. You don't want to skip it. And this just helps to create a really beautiful nail, and also getting rid of her natural nail. That's the thing with dual forms. You don't want the natural nail. This will just make them extra, well, why did I just go so high pitched? Extra beautiful. I startled myself. Also, I'm doing these voiceovers. I use the mic on my new vlogging camera, so I'm literally recording my face while I'm doing these voiceovers. Do you guys, if I'm in a good state, do you guys want me to put my own little face doing the commentary in like the top corner of my videos when I'm doing the voiceovers? Would that be fun for you, or are you just like, no, Rebecca, get out? Let me know, because I'm literally recording it anyway, you know? I just went around the cuticles with that same under the nail bit, and I got rid of any little like ledge, and then I'm just kind of smoothing out with my hand file as well. I'm going over with a buffer. This step isn't necessary, but I wanted to smooth out some of those etch marks from my hand file. So that's what I'm doing. Just going over, buffing the whole surface. And once I've fully cleaned that up, then we're going in with a base coat. This will fill in those edges a little bit more, make everything really smooth. It makes your gel color application really smooth too. You don't have to apply a base coat when you're working on top of gel, especially if you have a buff surface, but you can if you like it. The choice is yours. And then I'm going in with the first coat of all my gel, all my base colors. A lot of white in this for the base, because I'm going to be doing a lot of airbrushing. So I'm using Stellar Gel's Stellar White, which is just gorgeous. Very full coverage, very high pigmentation. And then this Blanc de Blue gel. She is stunning. I love pink. I mean, you guys know that. It's no surprise, but I love that pink. It's so nice. See, I told you a lot of white in this set. I'm not gonna show you the other hand applying the first coat because it's almost the same. And also, this is the first coat. These are so high coverage. You really could, I mean, aside from the pink, I might go in with the second coat. You really could stop at a first coat, but you know, I'm committed. I just mixed up a little custom green there, and I'm just drawing out a little checkerboard pattern for Vanessa. The longer the brush when doing line works, the straighter the lines, because the brush is going to absorb some of your shakiness. This one is what, a 10 mil? 9mm, I can't remember. But this one's my go-to. So I just kind of, I think honestly, if we're being real with one another, I think all of my really long brushes I've bent in the caps, and now they're currently unusable because I have a really hard time putting those away. Now we're just going in, I'm doing some orange bubbles. So I'm using my circle airbrush stencil and just doing a few different sizes. Sorry about my head, it's big as ever. And just doing a few layered. I'm using the One Air airbrush paint, so it is air dry, dries really quickly, which is amazing. Don't have to worry about it. And I'm using that same orange, and I'm doing an ombre. Ooh, this is fun. So I'm just doing the outer edges. It has this really cool effect. I'm gonna go back in and hit it with a bit of white in a sec, but in the reverse, I'm doing white down the center of that. Why did I cut that so fast? You can see white down the center of this pink nail. Lots of airbrushing. I hear you guys. There will be airbrushing content this year, I promise. First, it'll be coming to my Substack. I'm gonna be doing a Substack post, everything you need for airbrushing. That'll be coming soon. So if you're not subscribed, check the description box. Pop yourself on over to my Substack. I love Substack. I'm having such a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time too. The chat is popping. I love the chat. We're all just talking about nail stuff, and that's all I ever want to talk about. So what I just did is I used my stencils and I airbrushed a star. Now I'm reversing the stencils. I'm placing the star to cover what I just airbrushed so I can create an aura around that star. I'm gonna do it again, so we'll walk you through it there. But that's what I was just doing. And you'll see the effect. See, give it like a pink aura around the yellow star. How cute. So I'm airbrushing the star. I'm gonna blast some white because I'm going over blue and the yellow is a bit transparent. And now I'm covering up the star with the star cut out from that same stencil that I used. Doing it there too. Once that's, it's a little bit tricky to line up, but you can do it. I believe in you. And I'm blasting around that in white. And then I'm going around it again, but in pink. And then you peel those off. Aww, it's so cute. Don't you guys like that? I like it. I'm so crazy right now. I'm so anxiety high. Just filing around the edge of all the nails. And then I am clear coating everyone in with my Nail Thoughts Clear Builder Base. What else? It's my go-to. She's my all-in-one situation. Oh, except for I didn't coat the other ones. Stopped here to apply some glitter stars. I love glitter stars. Okay, and actually on this nail, I'm coating it in the Gel Bottles Clear All-in-One Builder. This is what I use to do isolated chrome on top. You can use whatever you have that works. There are a lot of great matte coats that work. This, out of what I have right now, this is my preferred product. And then for the products I'm not putting chrome on, I am going in with that Nail Thoughts Clear Builder Base and just coating the airbrush in so I don't F it up. So I'm known to F a few things up. I'm a clumsy girl. Just using, again, that nail clear, what's it called? Nail Thoughts Clear Builder Base to apply those glitter stars on the thumb too. Ooh, okay, so on this nail I had actually applied the Gel Bottles Hollow Gel, knowing that I was gonna go over it with a hollow powder, just to make it extra hollowy. And she was gorgeous. Now I'm using a little bit of chrome paint, a little black paint that is chrome, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-white. Non-white, so I can apply chrome on top. Just painting out a little star. And then doing a couple little stars. I never ended up ordering the Sweetie nail supply brushes. And I want them. My brushes need an overhaul. I mean, I could hot water some of them, you know what I mean? Do the boiling water trick. But I swear I've done that on a couple of them and it hasn't worked. Okay, those stars are getting hit with that hollow chrome powder. Is hollow chrome coming back? Are we about to be big into hollow chrome again? I apply it with my eyeshadow applicator and then I go in with my foundation sponge. Remember? I know we talked about this last video, but remember when those were what we used those for? Unless you're born in the 2000s, probably not. Now nothing wrong with people born in the 2000s. You were just born into newer technology. That was my rhinestone glue from MGArt, using to hold my little orbs on. I love these orbs. Okay, and also I saw Vanessa the other day. She's had these nails on for over a month now. They look perfect. The orbs, they were impeccably placed, what's the word? Orbed in. They were not going anywhere because of this step. Going over them. I usually recommend this for anything that's like metal or metal looking to keep the shine on. It's also great for larger charms like these guys. I wouldn't necessarily recommend using the MGArt rhinestone glue for things like character charms or anything with too many like grooves in them because you'll never get them off. But in the case of like small little orby things, yeah, it totally works. And then this is the Young Nails Gloss Gel, and I'm just using that to cap in anything with chrome because I love this gel for chrome. She's out here doing God's work. And then I'm top coating. Anything that's done, I'm top coating with Young Nails. Oh no, not Young Nails. Yogo Zombie Top. Because we love her. Sorry about this voiceover today, guys. So I'm like slowly coming down from my anxiety high too, so I'm like, I feel like I'm ready for a nap now. Perfect, right when my client's about to arrive. Ready for a nap. And the final nail art I'm doing is I'm drawing out this little like cute shooting star. All of these design ideas from today's set were taken from the stickers. Even like the way I was airbrushing on the little people things on the stickers, like the glare on their bodies, that's where my airbrushing came from. The kind of shine that was added to parts of them. And so I drew the star, and then I flash cured to hold it in place while I do the rest of this bit here, because it's kind of harder to map out your shape when you're doing it all in one big globby go, I guess. It's easier because you can kind of see your gel once you flash cured it. You can kind of see its separation between the new thing that you're painting. After all that's cured, now I'm going in with some black gel paint, and I'm just outlining everything. And by everything, I just mean this one star and shooting rays. And then I'm top coating that in the Young Nails gloss gel. So this is the second coat of that on this nail. And here we have it. Here is the finished set. Let me know what you guys think of this set down below, and I'll catch you in the next video.